One of the things that I think is so funny is that there's literally zero subtlety. Like, it moves very quickly, but they can't hide anything from the viewer. In the first, the second two-parter is about, it's the mystery of Racer X. It's about, who is Racer X? And they spend the first episode setting up that there's this mysterious racer a few years ago, and then this Racer X showed up on the scene.
In the same sentence, almost.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. But they spend literally a whole episode setting up the fact that, like, he doesn't know who this is, and also your brother ran away 5 years ago. I told him not to do that dangerous race, and then you don't want to race with that Racer X. No one knows who he is, and Racer X is miraculously a very good racer, and he's one of the only one who can give speed and run for his money. And they spend the whole episode setting up this, like, who could it be thing, and then in the recap to episode 2, where it's just a voiceover explaining what happened in the first episode, it says Racer X, whose speed doesn't realize is secretly his brother Rex, and then they keep recapping. So they're so bad at subtlety that they didn't even remember that in the previous episode they had left it a mystery.
We didn't tell us.
No.
Yeah, they didn't tell us yet.
I mean, it was obvious.
There should be an episode 3.
But they think it's so obvious that they can just say it in the recap part because it's like,
We all get this, right?
Yeah. So one of my favorite things about the show is that it is just kind of in a competition for itself for how little subtlety it can provide. I watched an episode with my brother, and we were like, oh, I think I see what's going to happen here. And then a minute later, they were saying, I think, the exact words that we had said out loud. And he started laughing. He's like, I forgot, once we figured out what the plot was, that they were going to do it with just zero nuance whatsoever. There is a character there's one episode where they are, they're working on their car, and there's this guy they have to worry about from the rival motor company. They keep referring to this rival motor company. And, they're a small, literally, mom and pop car company, and it's just their family business. And this is like a bigger company. And they've been referencing it for about half the episode, the rival motor company.
Yeah.
And then they cut in, and the CEO's name is Jack Rival. And on the wall, it says Rival Motor Company. Which is like my favorite reveal. It's so stupid.
Oh my gosh. I think my parents made me stop watching this because it was dumb.
It's incredibly dumb.
They're like, oh, this isn't helping.
But that's the thing. Like, every time you think you know exactly what's going to happen, they find a way of doing a more obvious version of that. Like, your brain creates nuance because we know how stories are supposed to be told. So we're like, oh, and then they'll probably be like, a mysterious other driver. It's like, no, his name's going to be written on his chest. Like,
mysterious.
Yeah, no matter what they do, they will actually surprise you, but not surprise you by subverting expectations that they set up on purpose, but by being more obvious than you just could conceive.
Right, and you're like, possible. Oh, I didn't see that twist.
No,
that's a crazy twist because there's no twist. You just untwisted something that was barely twisted.
Exactly, yeah, the twist is just the lack of any tension in the narrative whatsoever. It's really amazing.
Does Racer X ever... is there... Spoiler alert.
Go ahead, yeah. I mean, the show came out over 50 years ago.
Exactly.
It's all on Hulu, though, if you want to pause the...
oh, there you go.
Yeah, the original series is all on Hulu if you want to pause.
I have my sister's Hulu.
I have... You can tweet at me, I'll give you my Hulu password, and you can pause the podcast and listen to it, or watch it now.
Watch it right now.
What's your question? Spoiler.
My spoiler question is, I forget if Speed ever does find out it's X.
Oh, it's a good... Brother. It's a good question, and in one of the final episodes, Speed confronts Racer X about who he really is, and Racer X punches Speed in the stomach and drives away.